Thank you very much for joining me in this video. I want to talk to you today about magic pigs. When I was a kid growing up, I was always looking for ways to supplement my allowance. I remember on the way to elementary school, I connected with 2 or 3 neighbors and arranged to shovel their walks and their driveways whenever it snowed. And I remember how excited I was when I was going to bed if it started to snow. I was up really, really early before school started, and I was out shoveling those driveways and shoveling those walks and earning some extra money. During the summer, we spent our summers up at the cottage, and when I had a chance to come home, I would go to a park and I would pick dewworms. And then I would gather these dewworms, take them up on the side of the highway. I would sell them to people coming up to the cottage as bait. I also had a paper route. Now, the prestige paper routes were the people who had the local paper. Mine was an out-of-town paper that I was delivering, and so I maybe had one here, another 3 streets over, another here and there. And so I was driving all over town on my bicycle delivering papers. But hey, it was additional money. I had in my bedroom a plastic pig. It was a piggy bank. And whatever money I earned shoveling snow or selling dewworms or delivering papers went into that plastic pig. And every once in a while I'd take the pig, dump it out of my bed, and count my haul. And I remember how excited I was when I finally hit $100. I mean, that's like $1,000 today. Well, I made one big mistake. I told my parents. Put this in perspective. When I worked in a summer job when I was in high school, I worked in a lab during the summer. I remember an older fella in the lab saying to me, you know, this country penalizes thrift. And he's right, it does. But so does telling your parents about the money you've got stashed in your room. From then on, anytime I wanted something, if I wanted a pair of running shoes or whatever, my parents would say, well, you've got money, use it. But you know, there was nothing magic about that pig. What I got out was what I put in, nothing more. I remember one of my support staff coming to me one time, some time ago, and asking me if I would talk to her kids about investing in passive income. I said, sure. So I took them to a rental property I have where I had a coin-operated washer and dryer. I showed them how to use the key. I opened the drawer that connected the money, and I dumped it out. And I said, now I want you each to imagine that you've got one of these drawers. We put it in and said, that's your drawer, that's yours. Just imagine that. And I locked it up and we left. A few weeks or months later, we went back there and I had them open the drawers. And all of a sudden, they're full of money. Well, we dumped it out and let them keep their haul. I said, that's magic. These are my magic pigs. I said, I don't put the money in. It grows on its own. Well, they thought that was a great idea, and they started lobbying Mom to get a couple of magic pigs and put them on one of my rental units. That didn't happen, but I think they got the idea of it, the idea of magic pigs. And I would say that if you have a multifamily building, you'd want to for sure have a coin-operated washer and dryer in there. My wife takes the coins out, puts it in an account, and that's our holiday account. We use it for holidays and trips and so on. So it's important to have things that will generate you revenue without you having to put the money in. Or if you put the money in, it'll grow. And you think about, you put money in the stock market, you put money in the bank that collects interest. These are things that generate passive income, and these are magic pigs. But you can't get a better magic pig than investing in real estate. Why do I say that? Because you have to put in the investment, you have to put something in, the same way I did with my pig, but then the tenants pay the mortgage, the tenant pay the expenses, and what's left over grows to your benefit. And you always get more back than you put in. That's passive income. That's the benefit of investing in real estate. And that, folks, is a magic pig. Thank you very much for sharing your time, and I'll look forward to talking to you again next week.